Hello YouTube, this is William. Okay, well, I thought maybe I'd do a quick follow-up to the survey and the video I did yesterday, explaining why the survey was here and just kind of let you know what I gleaned from you guys' responses. And I wanted to say thank you for everyone who responded, and to everyone who took the survey. Thank you so much. It kind of gives me an idea of maybe some little tweaks here and there moving forward. I just got off the phone with Jeff, and we're going to change some things a little bit. I think that just kind of go over what I gleaned from your comments and also your votes. The survey, there was 111 votes, and if you guys didn't notice it, but the one option of a limited first runs with immediate delivery received 57 of those votes, or 57%, and the unlimited and the wait received 43%. So I mean, with the margin of error, I think that the limited number and immediate delivery kind of edged the other one out. Now, is that enough to say that there was a drastic change? Not really. I think that it's probably close to what it says, from the comments I've received prior to this. Now, I do know that there's nothing that I can do or Jeff can do to meet everyone's needs. I mean, that's just impossible. But I would like to make it to where it's something that as many customers as possible can live with. Okay, I'm not. I know I can't make everybody happy, but at least I can make some most livable, if you will. Because I mean, there is restraints that he and I have to deal with. I mean, we have cost on ourselves, and we have to have a profit for the company. If we don't have profits, then why are we doing this? It's one of those deals. I would still make knives, but it wouldn't be a business. You know what I'm saying? But I think for the first runs, they're going to be sold through my website only from now on. There will be releases periodically. I'm going to try to space those out to where it makes sense, and they're going to be, for the most part, immediate delivery. Okay. Now on my end, if there is a wait, then I'm going to set up my website to where you can do a 50% deposit for those items that you have to wait for. And when I say wait, I mean longer than 8 weeks. Okay. If I tell you you're going to have to wait longer than 8 weeks, then I'll set up a deposit system to where you can make a 50% deposit. And then prior to shipment, then that knife would require a full payment or balance payment. And if you elect not to do that, at that time, if you can't make the other payment or the half payment, then I will place the knife up on my website for immediate sale. Once it sells, then I will reimburse your deposit, okay? But not until that knife sells, all right? Another big thing, that takes care of the first runs. Now there's going to be some, like the Field Boss, that may be a pre-order sale, which will have a 50% deposit, because I'm going to allow a certain number. That was another thing. Everybody wanted a limited amount. Another comment that I'm kind of tossing around is make all of them with premium scales, like a certain species of wood, which is a good idea for a lot of models. It doesn't make sense for every model, but it makes sense for a lot of them. So that's another thing that I'm really considering, because I thought that was a good suggestion. But anyway, so just to kind of rehash the first releases, I'm going to do those on my website, and going to space those out, be one release at a time instead of multiple first runs at a time. And for the most part, they're all going to be immediate delivery. There may be some of the larger choppers like the Field Boss, which may be a pre-order with a wait up to 10 months. Okay, but for the smaller ones, immediate delivery. All right. Okay. The other thing that everybody was talking about was the weight. So I mean that weight, the 50% deposit is going to help on that. The other thing is we're going to, Jeff and I have decided to concentrate on 10 models for his store instead of trying to do the entire 100 models that's available. He's lining up 10 models that he's going to concentrate on for the next 6 months. And if there's other models that's outside of that 10, then he's going to have a list of seeing what the most requests are. And then once that 6 months is up, then he'll select another 10. Okay, it may be 10 of the same, it may be 9 of the same with an extra or a different model for the 10th one. But we're going to concentrate on 10 models for his store instead of trying to do all 100 of them. Okay, so that's going to kind of streamline things for him and myself as well. Okay, so that hopefully the streamline of the weight is going to start decreasing quickly. Now, with the ones that's on order now, I can't say that everything that I'm doing is going to be fair and even across board, but the deadlines that and the deliverables that I promised when you bought the knife, I'm still trying to stick to. Now, some of the knives that's going to be ordered or bought will be delivered prior to your knife. I mean, that's just part of it. But I'm trying to make this as fair as I can and still keep the lights burning. I can't keep lights burning for profits that I made 8-10 months ago. Okay, I still have to keep money coming in because I've got money going out every month. Okay, so I still have to make sales. I can't just continually. It's I don't want to say death spiral, but it's one of those things where if you don't have continuous money coming in, then eventually you can't keep the lights on. I mean, it's that simple. So you have to keep generating cash somehow. And when you have just sand belts of $4,000 to $5,000 a month just in sand belts, you know, that doesn't count lights, that doesn't count glue, that doesn't count handle material, blades, nothing. Just sand belts cost about $4,000 to $5,000 a month. So you have to have money coming in. Now, is somebody going to get slightly unfair? Well, I don't think so. But you know, perception out there is that they may feel like that they've been slighted someone, and I apologize for that ahead of time. But that's, you know, you just have to trust the man. Okay, that you will get your knife. And two, I have updates every 2 weeks of what's going on in this shop, and I'm very upfront and above board with everything that I do. Nothing is hidden. This is not the government. I don't hide anything. It's pretty much maybe I'm too open to a fault. I don't know, but at least I try to keep you guys, because I consider you guys as family. You know, it's the WC family, and I keep saying without you guys, I wouldn't exist as a business, and that's a true fact. I would still be making knives, but I wouldn't have WC Knives as a business. So I'm trying to work on that weight issue, and you know, no matter who you bought it from, right now the only one who has a reason to complain is Ridge Runner Blades, because they've been waiting almost 2 years for some of those knives that I'm just now getting to them. So if anybody has a right to complain, it's Ridge Runner, and they have been very affable. They have been very easy to work with. I can't thank them enough to being very, very good partners till I get their orders done. Okay, so they've had a 2-year wait, so they have a right to complain. Everybody else, I think, is being delivered pretty much what was promised. There may be a hiccup here and there, but we'll work through this, and you will get your knife no matter what time you order. Okay. All right. The economy is a huge thing. So there's some knives that is just not, it doesn't make sense for Jeff to carry. It's not going to be part of the 10. So I'm going to place the Slick back up on my website for a pre-order. And I also will place the Mini up on my website for a pre-order. And we'll see if we can't get those out in about 6 months or so. It depends on how. The problem when I start projecting things is, if there's 2 or 3 that order, then I can get those out in just a matter of days. But if there's 30 and 40 order, then it takes some time to get those done. So it depends on how many sales. Excuse me. Pollen, I guess. Man, my allergies been kicking my buttocks today. Claritin ain't working anymore. But anyway, so I'm trying to get some economy knives that's going to offset that, because I know it's times are tough. I do know that. And the deposit, the 50% deposit is going to help with that as well. So I understand the economy, folks. I really do, because I have to buy groceries too. I have to pay for gas. I have to do all that as well. So I understand. So I'm trying to do as much as I can to kind of help that problem out. I think you guys are up to date. Like I say, Jeff is going to cut down to 10 models. They're trying to select those 10 models now and figure out what those are. And once we've kind of streamlined that, then I'll let you guys know what you can get from Jeff. But you can always contact Great Northern Knives no matter what model it is. And if there's enough interest in another model that he doesn't selected, then maybe in 6 months when they rearrange things, that can be part of the next order. Okay. So anyway, and again, people say, keep asking me, do you make? And yes, I make everything that I have ever released. If it's ordered by a dealer, which now is Jeff. Jeff is pretty much the only dealer. I'm finishing up orders that was done last October from Stitch Gear Outfitters, from Ridge Runner Blades. It's pushing 2 years now. I'm finishing up their orders. Once those are done, then we'll reevaluate next year. But right now, I think that the volume and the workload and everything else. And one guy made a comment, and I appreciate you, brother. I really do. You need to get back to fishing and things like that. And I agree. Sit behind the grinder as much as I do is not healthy. So I need to get the workload to where it's and have a life. Get a life. Wow. I mean, I love my job. Don't get me wrong. I will always do it to make knives no matter what. But anyway, I got to get a balance here somehow. And right now I got to get all of this out the door that's already back ordered, and also keep the lights burning. So, I mean, it takes about $8,000 a month just to operate the shop. Half of that is sad belts. And I've tried the economy belts. I've tried all the belts. Problem is, it takes about a third more of all the other belts than it does the ones I get. So it costs more to use the cheaper belts. So I've tried all that, folks. And so it's actually cheaper in the long run to use the good belts. So anyway. I think you guys are up to date. Again, thank you so much for sharing your opinions and your suggestions. I took all of them to heart. I really did, and I thought about it. And I mean, I'm not going to be able to solve everybody's issues, but at least this will take care of the majority, I think. Then if there's some tweaks here and there that I can make, then we'll certainly do that as well, because you guys are family, and without you buying WC Knives and supporting WC Knives and telling your friends about WC Knives, then it's there wouldn't be a WC Knives. It'd just be a William out making knives in the garage. Which, that's an option too, but I'd a whole lot rather be making knives for you guys. So anyway, everything is fine. I mean, there were some comments that everybody was saying, I'm sorry to hear that, and things like that. I mean, we're not destitute, we're not broke. It's just something that I see as a trend, okay? And I'm trying to get ahead of that trend. I see things changing in the market. One guy made a comment of get back to bushcraft. Well, I didn't know I left, but that's a perception, and I have to address that. I'm going to be leaning back more toward bushcraft. I guess I didn't think I left, but I have made some knives that lean more towards skinning, like the Master Trapper, the Master Skinner, and the Junior Skinner. But that was only 3 models that was released this year. But anyway, that was a perception that I needed to address, and the other new model is coming out. I promised the field knife, the WCFK. I haven't released that because there were some other things in the works that I don't know if they're going to pan out or not, but I was contacted by a military entity, we'll just call it that, and they expressed interest in it, and I've been kind of waiting to see how that played out, but anyway, I don't know if that's going to proceed or not. It doesn't look like it, so anyway, we'll see how that plays out, but pretty soon we'll just stay with this channel and see where that goes. But anyway, I think you guys are up to date. I kind of rambled enough. I got to get back to the grind room. Anyway, things are going to be adjusted to try to address your concerns and your needs. And just stay with me, and we'll get through this together, and we'll produce some good knives, good quality knives for you guys. And till the next one, you guys get in the backyard with a stick. Be sure to take a child with you. Got the safety. And don't forget those penny band-aids and lots of knives. And I love each and every one of you. You are special.